What do you see in this image? This is exactly what I'm going to talk to you about today. All the magic that happens in our body and that helps us be in the world in a way that feels good. At my school, like most schools, there are kids who are dysregulated, who struggle to be calm and get along with others, and who do not seem ready to learn. I've been wondering for a long time what is preventing them from flourishing. One day, an occupational therapist who works in our school, Dominique, explained to me how to help a child that was having ongoing self-regulation difficulties. She spoke to me about interoception, which is what is represented in the work by Zoe van Disk, and that's what it's meant to represent. I came to realize that certain students were not conscious of the messages that their body was sending them, and that they were very confused. It was impossible for them to understand and regulate their emotions, which was making school very difficult for them. Hi, my name is Dominique Mcgrady. I'm a special education teacher, and I'm intrigued by the effects of developing the sense of interoception for my students and for myself. In the classroom, we strive to create an environment of safety and belonging. There's no better place to start than with the body. With interoception, my goal is to build awareness to strengthen the sense of safety and belonging for every child. Research confirms that interoception can alter the classroom climate, but its impact can extend far beyond, reaching into our families and our communities. In Australia, researchers have found that if interoception is taught in the classroom, behavior problems decrease. In classes where it is not taught, researchers have observed an increase in difficult behaviors or found that behaviors remain the same. Interoception adds to our 5 senses: sight, taste, touch, smell, and hearing. At the basis, it involves learning, noticing, and understanding bodily signals. This includes our organs, hormones, bones, immune cells, and is interconnected by the nervous system. For the most part, sensations inside our bodies are unconscious. The purpose of interoception is to bring these senses into our conscious awareness, enabling better management of our nervous system. Interoception is not always easy to practice. Staying calm and present can be challenging. It's easy to overlook listening to our bodies. We are bombarded with stimuli in various forms, and it's easy to ignore our bodies for extended periods. Sometimes our bodies speak loudly to get us to listen. Interoception is the foundation of independent self-regulation. This curriculum aims to help children become aware of their bodily sensations. Here's interoception divided into 3 parts. What signals do I notice? This step encourages children to identify the bodily signals they experience. It could include sensations like rapid heartbeat, fast breathing, muscle tension, tingling, etc. What does it mean? Are the sensations linked to which emotions? At this stage, children are guided to understand the connection between bodily sensations and their emotions. For example, they may learn that a rapid heartbeat could be linked to anxiety, while muscle tension might indicate stress. And the third part is, what action should I take to maintain comfort or restore well-being in my body? Children are encouraged to think about actions they can take to maintain comfort or restore well-being in response to their sensations. This can involve relaxation techniques, breathing exercises, breaks, or other strategies tailored to each individual. This creates a comprehensive framework to help children develop their interoceptive awareness and learn to respond adaptively to their bodily sensations. Now it's your turn. Place your hands on your knees and observe the sensations in your hands. You can breathe, you can close your eyes or look down to the ground. What sensations do you feel in your hands? Okay, once you have a sense of how your hands are feeling, I'm going to ask you to spread your fingers apart as much as possible for 30 seconds. So keep them apart for about 30 seconds. Which part of your hand did you feel stretching? Touch the part where you experienced sensations. And how would you describe them? I'm going to invite you to do this activity again, but this time focus on the skin between your fingers, the webs of your fingers, and observe the sensations. We've observed the sensations. Now let's make a connection to an emotion. So was there stretching, discomfort, pain, pressure? So the painful sensation acts as a signal to draw attention to the affected area and prompts us to take steps to address it. So we observed, we tried to make a link to an emotion. And now we're going to talk about regulating. So am I tired? Do I need to relax? Or should I continue this stretching? And this activity may seem easy, but for many of us, awareness and mindfulness of our body is challenging and requires practice and willingness. So the sensations guide our actions. Now I have a question for you. Can you generate a definition of interoception and what utility it can have for your child or for yourself? I invite you to pause the video and take a few minutes to reflect and jot down some notes. So there are many advantages to practicing interoception. Here are some advantages for mental health. And this research comes from Mahler, Locatelli et al., and Neff. And some physical advantages. So homeostasis, going to the bathroom when we're hungry. The occupational therapist Kelly Mahler has developed a curriculum aimed at enhancing participants' interoception to support each individual's emotional regulation capacity. This mindfulness approach focuses on raising awareness of interoceptive sensations. The first section starts with noticing and describing body signals, and then the next part is connecting the signals to the emotions, and the last part is finding the strategies that best help each individual regulate. So right now we're working 3 adults in the classroom, myself, the learning assistance teacher, the classroom teacher, and also the school counselor. We do this for about 30 minutes a week, and then the classroom teacher does it at least once or twice a day, focusing on the body part that we showed them in the small group. And there's about 5 or 6 kids in our group. In the next slide, you'll hear a testimonial from the school counselor and why she is part of this project.
Well, I don't think they're really taught in any other setting to be in control of their body, to recognize what's happening. They can take care of their body in a certain situation, know how to react in a better way. Well, I think we're giving them a chance and showing them a way how they can that wasn't in their repertoire before. We're giving them another tool. As a society, when I grew up, you were taught to hide your feelings and your sensations and to suppress them. If you're taught as a younger, the better. I'm still learning. So I was at home the other day and I'm like I was recognizing a part of my body where otherwise maybe I wouldn't pay attention to that kind of body sensation. I'm trying to personally lead a more healthy life, so it helps. And when I'm like walking or when I'm feeling not so good, I'm trying to recognize my body, like what's going on. There's only benefits. You'll get to know your students better. It's a nice time to just stop and do something different and get to know your students and yourself and take a health moment.
This curriculum is a mindfulness-based approach, and it's about validating and honoring each person's unique inner experience. We all have very different inner experiences. Then it also fosters curiosity, an inner curiosity about personal body signals. How is my body feeling, as well as emotions? So this is the goal is to nurture the curiosity when a learner feels safe and regulated. Next, it's about a collaborative approach with the learner in the lead. It's also about emotional equality. By that I mean that our bodies are designed in a way to feel uncomfortable at times. That discomfort within our body is giving us extremely important information about the world around us, about our bodies, what we need in that moment to feel safe and regulated. The same is true even when our bodies feel comfortable. The body's sensations, the emotions, all giving us important information about our experience within the world. And so there's no such thing as good emotions and bad emotions or negative and positive emotions. All the emotions are really important and they're all equal. They are our source of information for helping us to navigate the world in a safe and regulated feeling whenever possible. And then lastly, we want to empower each learner with self-understanding, their own experience, their own body signals, their own emotions, empowering them with that self-regulation so that they figure out and they know how, they know what they need to feel safe and regulated. Empowerment and empowering people to be able to care for their own needs and to help themselves to feel as safe and regulated as possible. Our interoception workshops are divided into 3 parts. A body scan, observing the breath, heart rate, the weight of our limbs, etc. Then vocabulary, providing the necessary language to describe what they feel. And then finally, giving children the mechanisms and opportunities to communicate these internal sensations. And the last part of the curriculum, the goal is to have a menu that can guide us on how to act for well-being. So children are in the process of developing the skill of listening to their bodies. It's a lifelong process. I'm learning it too, and everyone can learn it at any time, but the younger they are, the better. Here is the most important step, taking action. The 6 behaviors I try and use and invite you to try at home are as follows. Stay curious, compassionate to gain a fuller picture of our children's sensory needs. Model adaptive responses to our emotions. Listen to the students, to your children, both with their words and their bodies. Remember that this is one possible cause for unexpected behaviors. Reinforce that each person has different emotions and they are all valid. And finally, help children notice sensations in their bodies. I hope you've learned a bit about interoception, and I encourage you to try some activities on your own or with your children. There's a space for comments below, or you can follow the link to the comments page. Thank you. The resources outlined in yellow might be useful for you to take a look at.